Welcome to the Via Stoica podcast. This is the Stoic Quotes edition, and today we're going to look at a quote by Seneca. We'll get into that in a bit, but if you want to look for more quotes or more wisdom from the ancient Stoics, you can go to viastoica.com. We have pages from Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Michel de Montaigne, some other quotes by the ancient Stoics, and you can check those out. They're all verified and authentic. You can use them for your own writing, for your inspiration. So check them out there. Again, if you like this podcast, please subscribe and leave a rating. We really appreciate that, and that will help us reach more people who could use these messages and the things that we do. But let's get into this quote. It's a really good one. I really enjoy it. At least it comes from a great letter. It comes from Seneca. And he wrote a consolation to a letter to this woman called Marcia. She had lost her son about 3 years prior to him writing this in battle, and she was still grieving. She was inconsolable, and her friends asked Seneca see if he could do something. And he kind of took the different approach. Instead of patting her on the back, or no, he just showed her like, hey, this is life. Yes, there is grief is a good thing to do, but we also need to do it in moderation. Right, and we shouldn't stop living because of that. But this quote packs a real punch, and I'm going to go right into it. At one point, he says, and it comes from a slave called Publius Syrus of Antioch. At least that's what they think is probably from. But he says, "Whatever fate one man can strike can come to all of us alike." So let me repeat that real quick. He said, "Whatever fate one man can strike can come to all of us alike." Now, why is he telling this to her? Right? So she lost her son in battle. So many young men died in the wars back in that day. He asked her, like, how did you not expect this to be a possibility? Right? This is something that could have happened. It happened to so many out there. So why are you so surprised? And it might sound a bit harsh, but it's a good lesson and good reminder for all of us. Why are we surprised that things that happen to others can also happen to us? Usually we don't even think about it. We look at others like, oh, I'm glad it's not me. Well, it could be. And although it sounds a little bit rough and it's a little bit direct, but it is such a good tool to help us prepare in different ways. Now, first of all, we can start to become more observant, right? To see what happens to the people around us. And if we can imagine it happening to us, maybe we can show some more compassion. And you can say, wow, if that would happen to me, what would I like to be done, right? Instead of having pity, I could be supportive. I could help wherever I needed to. But we can also think about, okay, what would I do in that situation? If this were to happen to me, how would I react? Am I prepared right now? Do I have, if something physical like an illness, am I insured? Do I have support around me? Do I have things to take care of it? Right? That's what we've got to think about. What would I do in that situation? And we don't have to ruminate or overthink, but we can have a quick mental exercise. What would it mean to me? And could I still be a good person? That's another question. The Stoic says, yes, you can. Whatever the situation is, you can still be a good person. You can still use reason and logic. You can still be virtuous. You can still live in accordance to nature. Marcus Aurelius mentioned this a couple of times in his meditations. There's no need to complain. We have a duty to do, even if you're ill, even if things don't go the way you want to. Why? Because that's the natural order of things. Things change. We don't control any of that. That's all external. That's up to fate. That's up to Lady Fortune. And if you've read Seneca's letters, you can tell that he's not a big fan. Why? Because she doesn't listen to our wants, our needs, or the things that we wish to avoid. She does what needs to be done. The causality of nature. Reason, the chain of effects and the causes and effect. That's what we've got to think about. So whatever happens to us, whatever happens to people around us can also happen to us. And that can help us in preparation, but also if when we're going through those things themselves. Maybe something bad is happening to you at this right moment, and you've seen it happen to others. Find support. You're not alone in this. You can ask people. This might be support groups. There might be others who have good experience with this who can help you. For example, we have our coaching. You can reach out to us for a free consultation and talk about the things, and maybe we can help you with that. But there's people who went through it, and because they went through it and they maybe even got better out of it, they can help you. They can show you the way. They can give you tips, so you're not alone in this. And that's also a good reminder to have with a quote like this, that we're not alone, and you can reach out. There's no shame to that. Actually, it's something that we should do more often. We are all human beings. We're all part of nature. So reach out when you have to. And that's why quotes like these, they seem short and they seem like maybe trivial to people, but they have so much value if you read them right and if you use them then. So again, we can use them to prepare. We can use them in the moment itself and remind ourselves that we are just human beings like anyone else. We don't have to put ourselves in a victim role. We don't have to think about things like, oh, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why not me? You're a human being. It could have happened to anyone, and now it's happening to you. And you've got a responsibility and a duty to yourself and the people around you to deal with it, to make the best out of it, and to still be virtuous, to still be a good person. That is up to you. It's not whether you're going to deal with it now or then, it's how you will deal with it as a human being, as part of a society. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. So make sure that if you're going through something difficult, think about this quote. It's not necessarily that it's just happening to you. It has happened, it will happen to others as well. We can find support, we can find lessons, we can learn from it, we can prepare from it. That's all up to you. Again, I'll read the quote one last time. It's from the Consolation to Marcia, written by Seneca. It goes, "Whatever fate one man can strike can come to all of us alike. So remind yourself of that. Prepare yourself. Think about the things that you find difficult, where you struggle with. Think about maybe other people have gone through that. How have they done it? Learn, read about it, find out, investigate. Don't just sit there and complain or feel sorry for yourself or think you're never going to be able to do it. No, take action. That's up to you. That's something that you can do, and you're not alone in this. Life is difficult, not just for you, but for everyone. We all struggle. We can find support and we can get through it. And again, if you need help, reach out to us. We are here to help you. Via Stoica.com, you can book a free consultation and we can help you with the Stoic practices as much as we can. Again, if you like this episode, if you like the podcast, please leave a rating, subscribe, share it with other people if you think it's valuable. It really helps us build and to share this Stoic knowledge to as many people, because it has helped us. We are sure that it's going to help other people as well. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next time.